All right, guys. Injuries from the game. Debo had an illness today. Tried to go, couldn't do it. Never returned. And Brandon Aiyuk had a knee. We're worried it's an ACL. Not confirmed yet, but we'll find out for sure tomorrow. Go ahead.
Obviously, there's been injuries this season, but does it begin to, in your mind, does it accumulate emotionally, taking all these injuries?
Yeah, I mean, it always does for anyone associated with NFL. I know a lot of teams deal with that. Not every team, but we're dealing with it hard right now, and it got worse yesterday, so it's tough. Got worse today.
What do you think? I mean, obviously Brock's dealing with inexperienced receivers, Ricky Pearsall's first game, I think 3 interceptions. How did you think Brock dealt with all that?
I mean, we didn't do anything really good on offense. You know, I know he'd love to have all 3 of those picks back, so Brock's been playing unbelievable this year. Done some good things in offense this year, but today wasn't that day.
That second interception, was that a miscommunication, or did Brock just miss the throw?
No, he just missed the throw.
Obviously not the result you guys wanted, but kind of excluding the performance, just for Ricky Pearsall to make it back onto an NFL field today, what did that mean for you as his coach and for him?
I mean, we kind of celebrated that almost all week with him because it was great to have him back, and he looked great in practice, and he was going to get eased in a little today. It changed a little bit with Debo going out, then it changed a bunch with Aiyuk going out, so he had to do more than we expected today, and I was proud of him for handling it. Great to have him back.
Did Debo get the sickness this morning? Like, did he just
Yeah,
come
this
in?
morning. Yeah.
Right, but he just like vomiting.
Throat, stomach things, just real fatigued, like struggled to breathe, couldn't catch his breath, and so he kept trying to fight through it, but once he was struggling with the breathing and everything, that we had to shut him down.
Seemed to struggle to beat man-to-man coverage in this game. Are there things you can do as a play caller, play designer to help scheme people open against those particular looks?
Yeah, that's all we try to do. Thought a couple guys did pretty good on man. Thought we got a good curl pump. Their Jake at the end. I thought BA had a real good one that we just didn't go to. Had one of the picks on it. Ronnie did on the other pick. So there was definitely times guys beat man, and sometimes they didn't.
Looking at the defensive performance, Kyle, what did you see in terms of how Mahomes was able to torment them again?
I mean, I thought the defense today, compared to everything else, gave us a chance. I thought they settled them down, but 4 or 5 in the red zone was the biggest thing. I mean, they scored pretty much every time they got down there. Mahomes, just keeping plays alive with his legs. That 30 scramble that he did, and then extending it by the sidelines, which we see over and over, and everyone thinks they're ready for it, but then he gets another team again with it. So hats off to him. He's an unbelievable player. But we didn't play good as a team today.
You have one more game before the bye week. What was the message that you delivered to the team? What do you want them to take away from today? I
want them to say less today. There's no way to sugarcoat that. We got our ass kicked today. Lots of reasons for it, but those are things that they don't need to sit and think about today. We'll address all those tomorrow. We'll get together. We'll go through the truth of the whole tape, and be hard on each other and find a way to put it to bed so we can come out here and make sure we put our best foot forward and find a way to get a win versus Dallas.
Following up on Tim's question, how much can you expect Brock to elevate himself given the circumstances?
On whose question?
Tim's question is about Brock.
Oh.
He played given what was happening with the rest of the offense.
Yeah, Brock elevates himself a lot. I mean, regardless of whether guys are down or up. I mean, Brock's been doing that every game. He had some good plays today, but just overall, him along with all of us on offense, we didn't do well. When you do miss your best players or some of them and they go out with injuries, it makes it harder on everyone. And you hope that you can overcome that with some stuff with some of our other guys like Brock, who is very capable of doing that, but it just wasn't his best day.
Is there continued frustration with special teams and what can be done to kind of clean some of the stuff up?
I can't hear you.
Is there continued frustration with special teams and what can be done to clean some of the stuff up?
We're going to keep coaching them. We're going to keep putting pressure on us as coaches, pressure on the players. As you do get guys down, you can't just try the next guy, so some of these guys are getting their opportunities because of injuries, and we got to make sure that we get better at this. There's certain things that we have gotten better at, but that big punt return, mainly the one that stuck out to me, they're getting too much, and we just got to continue to work at it and not ignore it, which we're not.
How long do you guys expect to be without Juwan Jennings?
I'm really hoping to get him back this week.
Chiefs had some success running some screen plays. Why do you think you struggled defending those plays, given that you've seen them before?
Yeah, you see screens every week. That's what everybody does. Hits a couple screens in the game. They got past our D-line, sucked us up on that. I think they got us in a couple zone coverages where guys were out of there, and you need one guy to make the tackle, and that guy misses, and it opens it up. But they hit some good screens. It's what they do best, one of the best things they do, and they got us on them.
Is there any reason to believe Brandon doesn't have a torn ACL?
I mean, that's what it looks like, but we don't know for sure. Just doing the tests and everything with our hands and with the trainers and stuff, all that. So that's what we fear. That's what it looks like, but we've been wrong before, so praying that we are.
You know, past games don't mean much for this game, but what they were doing defensively, was it similar to some things you saw in the Super Bowl, or was Spagnuolo doing even other things?
No, it's what they do in the Super Bowl. It's what they did in the 19 games before that. You know, it's what they've done all the games this year. So they got a good scheme. They mix up a lot of two-read coverage, a lot of quarters pressure, a lot of man coverage, and a lot of man pressure. So they kind of roll those throughout the game, and they're good at all of them.
Kyle, there was a lot of emotion going into this game, and yeah, everyone can say it's just another game. It's not going to make up for the Super Bowl, but clearly it was important. What do you do now to kind of be able to put this behind you?
That's why I try not to make it about that stuff. You know, I mean, obviously when you got to, you know, we all know how much last year hurt. So, you know, when you're studying that tape all week and stuff, it does bring up emotions and everything. And yeah, you would love to beat someone, but that has, if we beat them today, that wasn't going to change anything with the Super Bowl either. You know, we would love to do it. You know, we haven't been able to beat them, so that's something that would feel really good, but I'm not going to make that more than it is. So we try not to make it more than it is all week, whether we won or lost. We knew we were going to come in Monday and review it and know we were going to have a big game versus Dallas this week before the bye week, and our goal is to be leading our division after this bye week. I didn't even watch what happened today. I think Seattle won, but we got to keep it close here and find a way to get a win next week.
I know this is hypothetical, but if Brandon does have an ACL, could you see being aggressive on the trade market for a wide receiver?
I don't know. I mean, depends what's available, depends the risk and reward with everything. I mean, we look into everything in every situation, but got to balance all that out. All right, thanks, guys.